Hello, boys and girls. How are we doing? 2 streams in a row. We're back doing consecutive daily streaming again. This is probably my last stream for about 10 days. But still, this counts as consecutive daily streaming. How are we all doing? It's only Tuesday. And not only is it Tuesday, Leamington are top of the championship. We need to do a YouTube intro and get as many matches as possible played today. I don't think it's going to be possible to finish the season in 3 hours. But goodness me, am I going to try? We're going to get as close as we can. It's only November. We're not going to get anywhere near. Oh, folks, I don't really understand what's going on, but somehow, despite selling our 2 best players in the summer, we find ourselves top of the championship as we approach the halfway point of the season. It's starting to feel like we are finally going to make it to the promised land. One take, Kev. Oh, yeah. I need a haircut. I just realised I always look like an adult. Need to young myself up again by cutting my hair too short at the sides and the back. Yes, my computer is fixed. Anyone who disappeared after the great computer restart yesterday. By the way, I know where your lot's loyalties lie, hey? 500 people here, restart the computer. 300 people come back 3 minutes later. Oh, I wonder whose stream you ended up in. I see. Oh, dear me. What's that in the top right-hand corner on the full face cam? Top right-hand corner. So what, this corner? Oh, what is that? The little... Is it this? It is this. It is a USB cable. We've got rid of it now. Good eye. But yes, we are back. We are up and running again. The computer is fine. The game is running fine again, which is nice. And look at the league table. That's even nicer, isn't it? 19 games played. We're top of the league with a game in hand, having just beaten second place Swansea 4-0. We ignore the fact we lost 5-2 to Reading on the previous game. It's been a strange little run of form yesterday. When we were good, we were very good. When we were not so good, we were not so good. I'm hoping we get more good than not so good today. It looks like first up we've got an international break. So actually, let's get some continues being hit to get ourselves ready for the international break. Oh, Jacob Chapman is unhappy. He wants to go out on loan. You know what, Jacob? I'll probably rather sell you. You're 33. I'm not going to send you out on loan. That seems absurd. We signed 2 goalkeepers in the summer. You're obviously not the cash man. I'm kind of thinking in terms of bringing Wooster back next season if we get promoted. There you go. Aha! Told him I'd sell him. He says, forget I said anything. As long as we can convince him to stick around as backup goalkeeper until the end of the season. I mean, to be fair, he signed as a backup goalkeeper. I don't really know what he's whinging about. Seems unacceptable. Oh, Anna's asking about the top right-hand corner as well. There you go. We got it solved. Anna's been out for a... I mean, can I say this on the stream? She tutted when she went out for a fingering session. She got her fingers done, her fingernails, which apparently is not the acceptable way to describe it in public when we're in the pharmacy. And I just announce, come on, it's nearly time for you to get fingered. And then we left the pharmacy. I mean, she wasn't happy about it, but that's what happened. She's had her fingers done. Just like when I used to play Skyrim. We won't talk about what I used to call that. Anyone who listens to the podcast knows what I used to refer to playing Skyrim as on the podcast weekly while I was playing Skyrim. Loved it. Yeah, anyone who wants to see Anna's fingers, presumably they're now all over Instagram. Yes, the BT man is finished with my whole, it does I mean, it's been stretched. It's got a little bit extra in it to what it's had previously. We've now got us and next door on both sides in my hole, but it is, everything is working fine. We're all good. There's no BT man today. Haha! Chris, leave it all in. I expect it to stay in the edit. Thank you for the sub. Good to see your wages are being well spent. It's the top 50 best players in the world. Should we play a game of who do we recognise from Earth 1? Obviously, we recognise Tamang, who is at Bayern rather than Chelsea in this save, having left Watford for £99 million. But we're looking for some of our non-Lethal Legend boys, really. That's what we're really after. Any non-league to legend boys, please. Sherko, thank you for 24 months. Wonderful stuff. Sergio Delgado is at Liverpool, and he's quite good at football. He's been there a long time and scores a lot of goals. Still only 22 as well. He is having a better career in this universe than he's kind of got stuck at Norwich on Earth 1. Michele, who we had on loan from Manchester United, never made it to Manchester United in this universe. Any more of my boys? Pedro Luis at Bayern Munich. So Pedro Luis and Tamang are up front for Bayern Munich in this world. I would say that's an upgrade on the Erling Haaland they had on Earth 1. And then final few. Any more of my boys? Doesn't look like it. Excellent stuff. Right. Let's continuing. Trying to get to the end of the international break. Disappointed Theodros isn't on there. Give him time. He's not played in the Premier League yet. What about the Spanish lad who was at Villarreal? Sure you took him to... What, Damien? Is that who we mean? It's Moron at Bayern Munich as well. So somehow Bayern Munich are even more overpowered on Earth 2 than they were on Earth 1. Hold on. Let's just see the firepower available at Bayern Munich. So yeah, they've got Moron, Tamang and Pedro Luis. That seems excessive to me. Nobody needs all three of them. Wow. That's a 26-year-old Pedro Luis, a 25-year-old Tamang and a 23-year-old Moron. Moron's not even getting game time for him. I mean, when we hit the Premier League, it might be worth a little knock on the door, seeing if we can help ourselves to Moron. Oh, they've got Makoko as well. I mean, because the other three weren't enough. Yikes. Kimmich is on the transfer list, but he is 38, to be fair. Aranua, the spiritual successor to Alphonso Davies, it seems. I mean, that's probably a good side, isn't it? Do they win the Champions League a lot? I mean, they kind of do, don't they? They've won it a couple of times. Won it last year, as you would expect. I imagine they're going to win it again this year. Yeah, this is going to be an issue in about 5 years' time when they've still got Makoko, Luis, Tamang, Moron. The bright side to it is that we might be able to get Moron on the cheap the way we did Damien on Earth 1. Should we go and find Damien? Actually, someone said, I wonder if he's doing bits at Villarreal. That's a very good point. So we've got Sergio Delgado at Liverpool. Damien is the one that we need to find. What about Schultz? I suspect Schultz won't be on this world because I don't think he generated by the time the move happened. We can check. So Damien is still at Villarreal at 23, 7 goals in 6 caps for Spain. I mean, it was at this point that he moved to Bayern Munich on Earth 1. Surely they don't need another of the world's best strikers, you would think. Hello?
Hello? What is Earth 1?
Oh, God. Do you not know about this? Yeah, Schultz isn't on there. Basically, my save that I started in November on YouTube, this is probably a good explanation for anyone who is new. I started at Leamington, and then after about 5 or 6 seasons, left to manage Peterborough and carried that save on YouTube. That is Earth 1.
That's when you broke?
No.
Oh.
No, it just carried on YouTube. But I moved from club to club, and I'm now at Borussia Dortmund, hence the bright yellow Borussia Dortmund shirt there.
So what happened?
However, Earth 2, which is what we are on here, I didn't leave Leamington, and I just carried on managing them, and I'm still there now. So we split at the point where I got the job offer from Peterborough. And on YouTube, I went to Peterborough, and on Twitch, I stayed at Leamington.
So that's not when you broke the game?
What do you mean broke the game? What are you talking about?
When you were being a manager somewhere, but then you were doing a champion final somewhere else?
Oh, no, that was something different. Yeah, that was at Real Madrid. Yeah, I didn't break the game. The game broke itself. The game broke the game. Brett screwed Brett. Colin Schultz doesn't exist in this world, I'm afraid. Very sad. Chris is saying it's kind of the reason why he's employed. That is a very good point. The only reason the split happened is because Chris was there to edit the videos. so it can also count. That's why LOLLUJO 2 as a channel exists. We've got Earth 1 on LOLLUJO, Earth 2 is on LOLLUJO 2.
Oh, so you've got a football manager on both channels?
I've got, do you not know how many channels? I mean, she benefits from this business. She knows nothing about it. So we've got LOLLUJO, LOLLUJO 2, Kevin Chapman, Kevin Chapman Shorts. Through Andy's Eyes is under the same account as well, yeah. Robotic Kev is still a YouTube channel, which I think has 6 subscribers.
What about Hugging a Pub?
Hugging a Pub is on Instagram. Yeah, that one didn't really go anywhere. Will Earth 2 Leamington be featured in the LOLLUJO Cup? Yes, definitely.
I've got my nails and everyone.
Chris doesn't know about Kevin Chapman Shorts. It wasn't a thing, really. I don't use it anymore. I need to bin that channel off. It's where I put all my TikTok diet updates. Everyone subbed to Robotic Kev. Robotic Kev was the account I had to set up to be like the Streamlabs auto mod thing when I used to stream on YouTube.
I heard you tell them the horrible
You went out and got fingered?
story.
It's the same thing. Rob wants to know if you've been fingered or nailed.
Your boys. Me boys.
Is the channel of Sheepdog still a thing? That's not under the same account, so I don't know how to find that. Best thing from Sheepdog made that account, because believe it or not, oh, there you go. Chapman's going to get to play because the Cashman's injured. Believe it or not, back when Best Thing From was a thing, I was all in on podcasts and didn't think this YouTube thing had any future. Me and Sheepdog actually had the conversation, were we going to focus on video or audio? And I said, YouTube is dumb. We're doing podcasts are the future. And he insisted on us also having a YouTube channel. He opened it, he edited it, he did all the editing, he did all the uploading. I had nothing to do with the Best Thing From YouTube channel because I thought YouTube was dumb. This was in about 2012, 2011, 2012. And then because I'm a genius, I had a change of heart entirely on my own and decided to start some channels. Why is Ronnie Edwards not an important player? Because he's been injured the whole time he's been here. Come on, Sean. Use your noodle, Sean. He lives near here, Sean Dyche. Lives down the road. Yeah. I mean, he's been injured the whole time, Sean. I don't know what to say to him.
Look at your face.
Oh, that's my face, yeah. That is my face. I mean, me and Sean Dyche are doing pretty much the same facial expression there.
That man looks...
It's Sean Dyche.
How old is he?
In real life, probably about 50, I don't know.
Why is he...
Because same reason I'm 51, we're in the future. He's the manager. It's a manager talking to a different manager.
Oh, we're not 51.
No, we're in the future! Oh, my word.
Oh, I'm going to have some toast.
Bye. Did you hear that? She's going to have toast. This is as bad as shoers. What is toast? Have we got anyone from Nottingham in? Nobody. I swear nobody else from Nottingham calls toast toast. It is not a Nottingham thing. It's an Anna thing, and I don't understand it.
He's going to be beat up after this.
Goodness me, what is toast?
I'll take your Pokemon Blue.
Leave my Pokemon Blue there. Right, what were we doing? Toast does not exist, and I'm in Nottingham City Centre now. You need to yell at the top of your voice. Does anyone want any toast? And see if anyone answers. Right, I don't know how to reply to Sean. I might just end the chat. I'm not talking to you, Sean. Not interested. Get out of here. He's been injured the whole time. That is nonsense. Eel Project Pete, thank you for the sub. Let's start using toast. That'll wind the misses up. Yeah. It's insane. Right. We're not top of the league anymore. Norwich have pushed past us on goal difference. That's no good. Campaign for the next name in the game player, Naughty G-Ham. I like it. Turguy's played for Turkey. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Congratulations, young man. How long has he been at loan? This is his 3rd season on loan. People love it when I do this. Oh, if this was on you, those of you watching the highlights on YouTube, I imagine the really grumpy, cross ones haven't made it over to LOLLUJO 2. It's probably just the nice commenters, the nice comment sections made it over. But the grumpy ones, oh, they get grumpy when I take someone on loan for 3 years in a row. Oh, as Scotty says, Kev, people don't go on loan for 3 years in real life. Yeah, well, what was he's literally on the loan list 3 years in a row. Am I just supposed to go, nah, he's exactly what we need. He's better than anyone else we can get in that position. But I've already had him on loan twice, so I do know he's good. I probably shouldn't take him a 3rd time. It's madness. As I've said many times, realism is not about replicating what goes on in real life. It's making the realistic decisions that I would make in real life. I'm not going to choose not to take him on loan because he's already been on loan before, because that doesn't usually happen. I'll go, right, if this was real life and I have the option to loan him for a 3rd time, would I? Answer, yes, of course I would. That makes it realistic. Quick question. Just been promoted from the National League to League 2 with a semi-professional team. Any advice to go back to back? Just focus on free transfers until you're pushing for the Premier League. If you bring in the best free transfers every year, then you'll be all right. Rob, thank you for 16 lovely, lovely months. So, Chapman's making his debut because the cash man is going to be out for the next 2 to 9 days. This is Chapman's opportunity. So the cash man, these are both Australian internationals. I think the cash man is Australia's first choice. Chapman is his reserve for both club and country, which seems like he's made a little bit of a mistake there joining us, but we won't argue. If there are unrealistic things like the insane long-term loans, it's not your job to make them more realistic, but the games. Exactly. Because ultimately, it's 20, why would I say 20 so much? It's like 2032 or whatever it is. Who are we to say that in 2032, 3 or 4 year long loans don't become the norm? Perhaps lower league football will have been close to eliminated by then, and all players get hoovered up by academy systems at 15, and the only way they ever get any experience is to go out on loan for 3 or 4 years. Who knows? Who are we to say? I had a young regen, Man United keeper on loan for 5 years and then bought him. Yeah, it happens. It definitely happens. It doesn't happen to the extent it does in FM, but ultimately, if FM lets you do it, because with someone like Turguy, I know nobody's actually had an issue with this today. This is a hypothetical argument I'm having with someone who's not disagreed with me, but the alternative in FM, Turguy is going out on loan to a championship club this season because he's not good enough to play for the West Ham first team. The championship is his level. So why would I not be that club when he's been here twice before? We know we want him. He knows he works here. Why would we just ignore him and let him go elsewhere? It makes no sense. People are nuts. Anyone who want that is insane. Ed Webb. Is Jacob Chapman my child? He's my secret Australian love child. So I'm 51 in game. He's 33, which means he probably is a real person. But what would that be? Kev maths. So I went on holiday to Australia when I was 18, apparently, and had a quick fling with Jacob's mother, and then finally found him and brought him over here. Ignored him the whole time he was at Huddersfield. I didn't know he was my kid then, but then somewhere around here, when he was back in Australia, he made contact. Gap year, Kev. Yeah, exactly. Come on, let's do more footballs. I'll have to find Jacob Chapman on Twitter and tell him about me. I mean, he'll ignore you until he's back playing in Australia in years to come. So you should probably wait. You're going to mess up. You're going to cause another split in the timeline here. We're going to then have Earth 3 where Jacob knows about me too soon. He was only interested in me once I was earning enough money to be able to fund his lavish lifestyle. That's what it really is. Once I was in a position to be able to give him $5,000 a week to move back to England, all of a sudden he wants me to be his dad. I know the score, Jacob! You didn't care when I was non-league. But now I can give you all this money just to sit on the bench in the championship. All of a sudden you want to be my son. It hurts, Jacob, but I'll do anything to spend some time with you. Oh. Right. See now, look what you've done. Dear God, what have I started? I mean, you've awoken some things in me, clearly. Let's just focus on winning this football match. I mean, why is there a player in their midfield called Silly Goose? I feel like that's probably something to do with me. Does anyone know this story? Who the hell is Silly Goose? Who is he? We need to check in on Silly Goose at half time. He's the bloke who came in on trial and wanted $35,000 a week. Okay. That makes sense. There you go. We'll keep an eye on Silly Goose. On the lowdown tomorrow, if it's the 4 boxes and you're on the top row, you put the person below on the head. I don't know what you mean. Remember, I don't see what you're seeing from the lowdown. All I see is Matt, basically. I'm not seeing the lowdown. The emotional turmoil of me lamenting the distant relationship with my non-existent estranged son. That's the next series of Knowledge Legend. Yeah, exactly. Perhaps that's what we'll do is the next season. Just start again in Australia as Jacob. If Silly Goose scores a winner. I mean, he's probably going to, isn't he? He's got an assist already. Now I've highlighted him. He's one of the best players on the pitch. It's almost as if he's worth the money, but I won't have it. Does he have a wife who runs a restaurant? Maybe. Perhaps that's the secret that Mrs. Wearmouth has got over me. Because remember, we never did. I still haven't revealed what Mrs. Wearmouth threatened me with to get me to come out of retirement. That's being saved for the future. It's not because I don't know. It's not because I don't know. That would be ridiculous. Imagine just putting a story point in and not knowing. But imagine. Maybe Mrs. Wearmouth knows about my estranged son. I'm trying to keep a secret. She probably doesn't. She might, though. Right, come on, let's do a football. Hey! Not really a secret now as you signed him. Yeah, but I signed him on Earth 2 in the future. Mrs. Wearmouth exists on Earth 1. We did a football. No, Jack didn't get me to do a tweet, which means I can now get a tweet on Jack because I beat him the week after he beat me. So silly old Jack has lost his opportunity. The question is, will I do one as good as the one that ultimately led to me being blocked by Out of Context FM? Probably not. I wonder if I'm still blocked. I probably am. I'm probably forever blocked. Oh, well, what will I do? Right, another one who, if he doesn't want to be it, I'm not loaning out a 33-year-old. Oh, well done. Door. One moment. Oh, my door is forever ringing. With a box. Right, did I offer him out? I was supposed to offer this guy out. Why am I blocked by No Context FM? Because I'm honest. Let's have a look and see what's in this box. I think I know what this is. I think this is for the video I'm going to be recording tonight. Trying not to show my address. It is! It's an entire box full of evolution tins that have all got a little ding in the front of them. They're all a little bit bashed up, but I'm going to open them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I've got 2 of each flavour. I've also got the previous set as well, so there will be a video coming out while I'm on holiday of me opening 6 different evolution tins. I do love context. Love context. I need to sneak that in onto the lowdown tomorrow now. I'm all about context. Right, nobody wants. Oh God, I don't know how to say this guy's name. No one wants him. I think we transfer list him. January is approaching. It would be nice to generate some money from all these players who don't want to be here. The delivery was evolution tins, Chris. So I'll do that video tonight and get it over to you. And then we're just waiting for the Batman cards, which are apparently not coming till Friday now. Why is this not my proper view? There we go. Efficient football. Absolutely efficient football. I'm going to make that a thing. Be sure to give some credit for the joke. Nah, I'm not going to do that, am I? It's not how these things work. You lot are just here for me to hoover up all the good ideas from and then show them off on a different platform. Would I do a save with Hull? I wouldn't not do a save with Hull. They have a new owner who only wants to sign Turkish players. Well, I mean, that's not going to work, is it? Because you have to have a certain number of homegrown players. Millwall are bottom of the league and now we play them. Beautiful. Have we already got somebody leaving? Yeah, Jamar Hughes is leaving to go to Columbus in January for quite a lot of money. Andy Davies is grumpy that he's not playing at Stevenage. I mean, to be fair, the last time he came to me grumpy, I think he had 0 goals in 19 appearances. So now he's got 5 in his last 8, which I guess is a little bit better, but still, you've only scored 5 goals. Just going to dismiss his nonsense. Did Game send things or just deduct money? They've just deducted money, but it does say that they're going to send the stuff on Friday. So the release date is Friday officially now. Although it was originally last Friday, the release date of the cards is now this coming Friday. So I imagine they'll arrive Thursday or Friday. I'm hoping Thursday, because then I can get the videos made. Average Chris, thank you for the Prime. Got to install a new SSD. I'll be listening in the background. Please continue the LOLLUJO vest. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Right. Who are we playing? Millwall. Of course we are. Let's go beat them. Let's do a football. How badly dinged up are these things? They're not too bad. They're from Magic Madhouse, and they sent an email out saying, by the way, Magic Madhouse affiliate code is available, I think, as a command. If not, it's definitely in the description to every YouTube video. But they sent an email out saying, we've got all these EV tins in, but they've all taken a ding. Every single one has got a little ding in it. It's a manufacturer's error. We're going to send them back unless anybody wants them anyway. And I said, I'll have them anyway. I want them for a video. So 3 of them will be opened up in the video, and the other 3 will probably end up being giveaways on box breaks, which, by the way, we've got a box break coming up this Friday, which is close to selling out. So if you want to be involved in the box break, I can tell you exactly how many packs we've got left in the box break this Friday. Have we scored two corners in this match? That's impressive business. Right, inventory for this upcoming box break. We have seemingly more packs available than we did this morning, so I don't know if the store's not updating properly. Unless someone's asked for a massive refund of like 50 packs. That seems wrong, so it's not actually refreshing. Which, oh, yes, it is. There you go. We've got 10 packs left. 10 packs remaining. It just hadn't updated for a little while. Yeah, network game will be Thursday evening as usual. Posture check. There we go. Network game Thursday evening. That'll be my last stream before I go on holiday. The network game, and then I'll be having a week off next week, and then I'll be back the following week, and it will be exciting times. We are 2-0 up and top of the league. Beautiful. Norwich are annoying. Norwich are quite good, aren't they? Come on, gentlemen, let's do another football. When do we play Norwich? We need to beat them. Why is Turguy playing as our attacking midfielder all of a sudden? Well, he seems quite good at it, but I feel like as a left-back, he probably shouldn't be there. My word. There's shenanigans going on here. I mean, welcome, Tom. Hi, Kev. Tom here. Hello, Tom. Just wondering what wiggle room I have with this whole team of Toms for the showdown. The players like Tom. Well, apparently there are only 12 Toms in the player pool, so the criteria is simple. Sign all 12 of them, and then you can fill the rest of the squad wherever you want. Do we get a week of videos post holidays with Kev wearing Mickey Mouse ears? Potentially. We could do that, couldn't we? Still got my Captain America Mickey Mouse ears from last time I went. I'm not planning on buying more. I'm tight. I've kept those nice. I'm going to just take them with me again. They're already in my suitcase. I may appear to waste money on frivolous things constantly, but when there's an opportunity to save money, this is how I get to waste money on frivolous things. So I don't spend money on other things. Imagine if someone decides to get the only good Toms for their own draft. Well, that's Tom's problem then, isn't it? Obviously, I'll have access to the draft order, so if other Toms get drafted before Tom gets to get them, as long as every player he's drafted to that point is a Tom, so he's done his best to get all the Toms, then I won't penalise him for that. I'm not a monster. Anyway, Tom, you've got an opportunity here. I spoke to Dr. Ben last night, and he said he was going to offer you £101 to not sign a team of Toms, just to protect the integrity of the competition. So I suggest you go and make your money. go and try and drive the price up. Come back to me with what Ben's offered, and I'll see if I'm going to increase it. I'll make a businessman out of you yet. Oh, Ronnie Edwards might be about to make his debut. Finally. What a novelty. I'm all in on the Tom now. This is my goal. Good work. Well, in that case, yeah, I mean, you can have... Well, what was your list? You can certainly have tomatoes. I think you can't have McTominay. See, Tomori and Tomiyasu, I'm a little bit... I think if you've got an entire squad of Toms with Tomiyasu and Tomori in there as well, I think I probably let that go. If everyone else in the team is a Tom, I think I probably allow it. I don't want you going for them first, though. Valanthra, thank you very much for 4 months. Everyone on pick one just chooses a Tom, then all you need is 2 Toms and you'll be fine for the £100. Yeah, if you can get all of those people to agree, sacrifice their early picks to sign somebody called Tom, just to make you £100, Tom, go with it. Obviously, you can have players whose surname is Thomas as well. Oh, Godwin, what a man. Good old Godwin. Absolutely thumperized it. We are a good football team. We are heading to the Premier League. Come on! Etc., etc. Words to that effect. Let's do a football. I mean, we saved the clean sheet bonus. This is good. Jacob. This is why I left you in Australia all those years, Jacob. Might have to cheat and get players like Tomiyasu first, as they're the best, but I'll see what I can do. Well, I mean, I'm a fair man. When I see your squad at the end of the draft, I am a fair man. If it looks like you've tried your best to get a team of Toms, I'm a fair man. But no, middle names can do one. Middle names are ridiculous. I don't believe in middle names. I didn't give my kids middle names because I think the whole concept is stupid. Why give someone a name they're not going to use? What a waste of time. It's just inefficient. I don't believe in them. Kylian, Thomas, and Mbappe. Yeah, not having it. Mine who wants to leave. Everyone wants to leave. Just leave then. I don't want you here. If you don't want to be here, I don't want you here. It's very simple. You were good first half of last season, then you went away. Now you can't get back in the team. Well, whose fault's that? When I asked my dad why he didn't have a middle name, he said my grandparents couldn't afford it. Nice. Please check Jacob Chapman for a middle name. I mean, I imagine his mother would have done it to spite me. What a man. No middle name. Brilliant. Love it. See, that's how you know the story's true. Right, we are going to accept the big offer, obviously. It's Hamilton where we got him from. We got him from somewhere in Scotland. Hearts. So basically Hamilton. They're basically the same. They're both Scottish teams that begin with H. I failed to see the difference. If he's ex-Huddersfield, he's Jacob Anthony Chapman. He is ex-Huddersfield. Right. Mine who's not going to Hamilton. I've got two middle names, which are my grandfather's middle names, which in turn were his grandfather's names. In my family, we just pass down like DNA rather than names. Again, we're efficient. There hasn't been an actual takeover bid yet. There's rumours of a potential takeover, but there's not actually been a takeover bid yet. Now you've reminded me that might be happening. I'm a little bit more wary about selling all the players I'm selling, because we could find ourselves selling a load of players and not being able to bring in any replacements. Which at the moment, I'm just trying to generate some spensies for January, so we can have a final push for the Premier League. We should probably chuck a bit more of this over here. Get the budgets back under control. Right, Ipswich. Let's beat them. They should let us beat them because they don't want Norwich to win the league. They'd rather we won the league than Norwich, so they should probably let us win. Ronnie Edwards making a full debut, finally, for Leamington. After all this time. He actually played a Premier League game for Derby this year before he joined us on loan, and then spent 3 months injured. But now, finally, Ronnie Edwards, who was part of Derby's title-winning team last year, is a Leamington player. Our replacement for Phil Scott is finally in place after 22 matches. Yeah, the finance graph is nuts. We'd never really sold anybody until we'd sold £15 million for players this summer. So the finances have gone, they've exploded a little bit with what went on last summer. I will hydrate. I've still got a little mouthful of coffee in my giraffe mug. Can we not concede, though? Ridiculous. The cash man's back. He's no Jacob. Come on, boys. This is not okay. I blame Edwards. We go and attack him. Encourage! Come on, boys. Oh, it feels a little bit like the last day of term, folks. I know I've got other streams to do, and I've still got a load of videos to make, but tomorrow there'll be no stream in the afternoon because I'm doing the lowdown in the evening, and apparently I have to do some prep for that, so I don't look like a complete tool. Oh, what a finish from Edwards. So there'll be no stream tomorrow. Thursday, of course, is the network game. And then Friday, I'm being dragged over to Leicester for last-minute shopping. Got to go to Primark. Hate going to Primark. But Anna is insisting that apparently we have to go to Primark because we're going on holiday next week. So Primark it is on Friday. Yuck. Oh, that was a really poor pass. Of course, we've got the box break as well. So there's multiple times I'll be streaming between now and when we go. But this is the last Leamington stream before the holiday. The Primark at Rushton Lakes. There is, but the one in Leicester is in Leicester, which is close and better because it's Leicester. And Primarks have a waiting bit with couches and USB ports. Well, because it's Leicester, it has the benefit of there being multiple comic shops and hobby shops and vintage game shops and the Apple Store and various places that I can mooch around in while Anna buys. I don't even know what she's going to buy. I'm just going to wear my regular clothes. Who do I think will be the first pick? What, in the showdown? Who's got pick? Is it Ben who's got pick one? Probably Mbappe. That's what he did last time, wasn't it? You go Mbappe or Haaland, surely. How big is the budget? This is why I need to do some prep tomorrow afternoon. How big is the budget? Is it big enough to just go and get Mbappe or Haaland to start off? Surely they're comfortably the two best players in the pool. I've been to the Manchester Primark. Manchester Primark's fun because it's got Central Perk inside. I like Manchester Primark. It's almost as good as the Birmingham Primark that's got the Harry Potter bit and the Disney bit. It's got like a Mickey Mouse cafe in the Birmingham one, isn't it? Cool. 350 million. He's doing showdown prep now on stream, is he? And does that prep involve Haaland or Mbappe? Or both? Do you really want to spend that much on a player when you don't, when that's, well, the last one I was in, we had small budgets and I got Haaland and still built a very good squad. Because I think the thing to remember about it being younger players is younger players are cheaper. You can get someone like Yeremy Pino for like 5 million. You can get Zagadou for 5 million. You can get I don't know who else are bargains. Thierry Rendell Carrere. I've just signed in the network game. He's like 7 million. So I don't think there's going to be as many crazy expensive players. There's a few, and I think you go and get one. Surely. I probably don't get Mbappe. I think I go Haaland because he's cheaper and better. So I think, yeah, if I'm pick one, it's Haaland. Obvious. It's just obvious. You go Haaland. Anyone other than Haaland feels like a bit of a mistake. Imagine getting to like round 3 or 4 and Haaland still being available. You would not have planned for that. Oh, that's frustrating. Come on, gentlemen, do a football. We're trying to keep Norwich off the top of the league here. It's like they don't care. Good. Yeah, I think it's a very, very deep player pool. So I don't think you need to worry about having one superstar in amongst a team of 15, 20 million pound players. Foden and DCL go early too. Yeah, I think they probably do. I think you can probably pick the first 9 players to go. I think it's Mbappe, Haaland, Calvert-Lewin, Tammy Abraham, Trent, Foden. Who else? Declan Rice, maybe. There's an argument for. And then probably Vlahovic because Holly's in it. And then, I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head who else is in the pool. Bellingham. Yeah, Bellingham would be a shout. We all know who the very best young players are in Football Manager. They're all going to go early. It's just going to be interesting what order they go in and who goes where. Yeah, Osimhen's under 24. I mean, you've got a lot of good strikers. Haaland, Mbappe, Abraham, Calvert-Lewin, Osimhen, Vlahovic. Someone like Rashford always does well in the showdown. Jesus is under 24. And it's probably more. There's a lot of good strikers. Fatty. There you go. It looks like the takeover's not happening. Could they forward it 5 to 10 seasons? Now, you see, this is something I suggested like 2 or 3 showdowns ago. I don't know if that is the plan, but oh, wouldn't that be cool? If you, I don't know if they'd do it, but imagine if you drafted a team of under 23 players and then on draft day, on like league day, the twist is, and we've holidayed forward 5 years and let them all develop. Because that almost changes things up again, because then that brings in the likes of Makoko that someone was talking about before. I don't think you necessarily take Makoko as a 16, 17-year-old, but if you knew it was being holidayed forward 5 years and you get him as a 21, 22-year-old, oh my word, yes, you want that. But I don't know logistically if that would even be possible to do, because Matt builds it all as a standalone database that he has a template for. I don't think the template can holiday forward multiple seasons. So he'd kind of have to, I think the only way it would be possible to do, which is why I suggest it probably won't happen, I think he'd probably have to holiday forward in a normal database, export the players somehow, use the editor to get all their stats, then go back into an original database, change the ages and all the stats manually, and I think that just becomes such a big job that it's probably not going to happen. But it would be really cool if you could do that. Right. Oh. How are we playing Swansea again? We only just played Swansea. We just played Swansea there, and now we're playing them again. Okay. This is quite an important game then. I'll certainly have a little grin of pride from the lowdown panel if the twist at the end is they're holidaying forward 5 years. So we're like, I suggested that. Actually listened to me. But I suspect it's probably not doable. Not without having some... I think in order to do stuff like that, they need to get to the point where building the database is a separate job on its own and not something that Matt has to do while doing all the other prep. So I just don't see how it would be possible for him to get it all done. If he manages to do all of that and still host the lowdown, oh my word, that man just doesn't sleep. It's an insanely big job. But who knows, eh? Idea for a mod for future save. Every time you press continue, there's a chance the game will holiday forward. But why? Why would you want that to happen? Right, Theodros has got tired little legs. Ed Webb. But goalkeepers must go first because there's not that many amazing young keepers at the start of the database. Oh, you've got Donnarumma, you've got Simon, you've got Ramsdale, you've got not many more probably. So yeah, maybe goalkeepers do have to go quite early. But then I guess you could also say on a normal database, there's not many. You have Allison and Edison right at the top, and then it does start to fall off. So I don't think it's massively different to that. Yeah, Meliad, yeah, he'd be on there. I would say he's probably not at the level of the other three. I think that's already starting to drop off, which I guess kind of illustrates the point that there's not that much depth. People are gonna be needing the likes of Dean Henderson and whatnot, I should think. Yeah, I think Donnarumma probably goes quite early because, quite apart from anything else, he's obviously the best goalkeeper in the player pool, and he's relatively well priced as well. I think he's only like 30 million for Donnarumma. So I think there's probably an argument to take Donnarumma as your first pick because he's so much better than all the other goalkeeper options. Whether anyone will have the stones to take a goalkeeper early on. But we've looked at just how many strikers there are. I don't think you need to fight over all the strikers first round. I did a little practice draft the other day, and with 8 AIs added in just to see what the pool is like. So 8 AIs and me doing a draft, and I got Tammy, Isaac, and Jesus as 3 strikers. And they weren't even my first 3 picks. Now, I know AI will draft like a little bit differently from people, but the fact that it was still relatively easy for me to get decent attacking players. Didn't get Donnarumma. I got Melier, which I probably should have remembered him before. Yeah, when the goalkeepers started going, I grabbed the best one that was left. So Donnarumma and Simon had already gone. But obviously you've got Alphonso Davies and Hakimi as fullback options. Right back is overloaded. You've got Hakimi, you've got Trent, you've got Reece James, you've got probably others that I can't remember off the top of my head. There's a lot of options at right back. I think there's an argument for going for Alphonso Davies first pick if you don't get Haaland, because he's so much better than any other left back that's available. That's what you really want for your first pick. You want players that are so much better than the rest of the pool in their position. So the likes of Haaland, the likes of Donnarumma. Mola, thank you very much for 7 months. We will praise Sir Amari Theo. Oh, we've already done it. Okay. We don't need to praise him again then, I guess. Henderson's... Yeah, Henderson's definitely in the pool. I know Henderson is in the pool. Who am I offering a contract to? Willie Clark. Come on then, Willie. I mean, if you're interested in watching towards the end of the stream, I could do another draft, me against 8 AIs again, and just show you how I'd do it tomorrow. If that's something you are interested in seeing, but I know you'll immediately suggest, how about with 8 of us? No, that would be a nightmare. I don't mind doing it with 8 AIs just to show you what I would do. It's probably relatively quick to do. That mod's joining the draft. No, the mods are on a nightmare. Right, Cobby's on his way. A team of Kevins. Yeah, why not? Right, you know what? The idea's in my head. Let's do it right now. We'll be back to Leamington shortly. But first, we'll do a quick draft. It won't take long. I'm not going to play any games. I'm just literally going to do the draft. We'll set the player pool up. Has someone got the player pool handy? I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Twitter. The FM Showdown. So, we have the player pool on here? Yes, we do. Oh, it's flag. Oh, it's not just flags. Okay, because flags would be a nightmare. Right. Start new game. Fantasy draft. So it's a 350 million budget. Squads can be between 14 and 20 players. I went for a 20-player squad when I went through it last time. As a person who did science and IT, accounting is the worst subject ever. How did I do it? I never did accounting. I was a financial advisor for a bit. I was never an accountant. Right, create draft. So we want a custom pool of, so La Liga. That is a lot of leagues. La Liga, Premier League, Ligue 1, the Bundesliga. Serie A. Primera Liga, which I don't think's been in before, has it? Or not for a long time, anyway. And Eredivisie. So, yes. But then it's a 350. I think there's also... I need to change my custom pool, because I know there's a bottom limit, just to keep the pool to a more sensible size, which I think is 500,000 again. And then we want a league, because we want 9 people in it. Ding, 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 ding. Making sure none of you lot sneak in. Why would you not go for a 20-player squad? Because you might run out of players. Run out of money, I guess. Aged. Oh, I haven't put the age limit on. Whoops. We'll do that in a second. Oh, no, you do it here. There you go. Draft restrictions are here anyway. So age limit is at most 24. So that brings it down to a pool of... Should we do it as temporary, Kev? So temporary Kev's doing a draft. And then we just need to add some AI managers. We'll add 5, please. How many is that? 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because when you ask for 5, it adds 6. So 7, so I need to add 2 more. So we'll add another 1, because that will add 2. Because I don't know how the maths works. Begin draft. Don't worry about that. It doesn't have the age restrictions. All right, so who's got first pick? Not me. Horrifying. That means I'm not going to get Haaland. Let's see what the AI does. Why does it not pick immediately? So Kylian Mbappe goes first, as you would expect. This is what you should expect to happen. There you go. Haaland's gone second. And then Lautaro Martinez. So it looks like the strikers are going early. So who have we got for strikers? I think I just go Tammy Abraham. I think that's the obvious one. For me, we just go for good old Tammy. Jesus has gone. So all the strikers are going early with the AI. It literally is all strikers. I might have to take another striker next round because there's going to be none left. My word, all the strikers are going. This is where I nip in and get Donnarumma now. I mean, is there any strikers left? They're taking all of them. Oh, now they're going for midfield players. So this is where I take Calvert-Lewin as a second striker. There are slim pickings for strikers now now that the top 10 have all gone. So there's a point to note. There are a lot of strikers, but there's not enough for everyone to take one first round, and there'd be plenty left. Right, so we'll take Calvert-Lewin as my second striker. Ta-da! And now I think we probably go... We're going to look at defenders. Got to build that defence. Unless I see Donnarumma go or Simon go. As long as one of them's left. See, the goalkeepers are starting to go now. Hold the phone. All the goalkeepers are going, so we've got to swerve back towards goalkeepers. Because now they've decided to take the goalkeepers. So at this point, Donnarumma and Simon are both there still, so you just take one of them. You're mad not to. So that's not bad so far, but we have spent 100 million now. What's Tom saying in the chat? The only keepers with Tom in their name are young players who are rubbish. If I get one of them, can I have special permission to get a good keeper? I mean, maybe. As long as the rest of your team is Tom's. It's very important. Right. I can't really go Alphonso Davies, Ruben Diaz did it. I've spent a lot of money already. I need more budget options, really. So, Hakimi is a decent price. So 25 million for Hakimi. It would be rude not to. So we'll take Hakimi. And then we can have a look at how the squads look after this. I think we probably, if he's still available, next round it's Zagadou time. Because we know he's a cheap as chips there. There you go. 4.5 million for Zagadou. Silly not to. That's Zagadou in. Let's have a look at left backs. Oh my word. There is not much left. Oh, I forgot the 5 million budget limit on. I'm gonna say that was pretty horrific. Looking at that selection of left back. So Alphonso Davies is still there, which is interesting. Cucurella's not bad. Nuno Mendes at 24. Renan Lodi at 21. I think we go Renan Lodi. Or Angelino is good. Reguilon is fine, but not really for my charging forward, overlapping fullbacks that I like. But I think Lodi fits the bill nicely. We'll slot him in if he doesn't go. There you go. So we'll take Lodi. Defence is taking shape. We might as well take one more centre-back and just finish the defence off. In fact, we just still... Did we take a goalkeeper? We did. We took Donnarumma. That's all right then. Because goalkeepers, tough. Right, we've got to be wary of the money. We've spent more money than most at the moment, so we could do with another budget option at centre-back. So if we look at under 20 million and see what there is. So we've already got Zagadou. Ben Godfrey for 8 million. I mean, that seems like a bargain. I think we're going to take Ben Godfrey. Seems easy enough. So Ben Godfrey. A little bit of a budget option. I love the fact that they're both listed as wingers and they're my fullbacks. Interesting that Godfrey's listed as a wing back. Right, central midfielders now. Who have we got still available? Let's look under 30 million. Okay. Smith Rowe. I can't. In fact, let's focus. Let's get a defensive midfielder. Let's get an attacking midfielder first. James Maddison is always decent, but quite expensive at 27 million. And Ndombele is great value for 20 million, actually. So perhaps we'll go in Ndombele. Uar is always good. Gonçalves. See, there's so many cheap options in here. Yeah, there's plenty of options. But we're going to take on Ndombele, I think. Jude Bellingham. That's a great pick. Should have gone for him. There you go. Midfield starting to be built. So we still want an out-and-out attacking midfielder. I'm thinking Pedro Gonçalves. I think he does an excellent job in my diamond. So if he's still available when we come back round again, got to make use of the fact Portugal's there. For 15 million, that is a bargain. And now we need a defensive midfielder. Oh, Renato Sanchez at 21 million still available. We're taking him. For Dennis Zakaria, 15 million. Lots of options. Lots of players I've managed lots of times before. I'm still holding on for the diamond. I mean, I'm drafting a diamond right now because I got 2 strikers early on. If I'm playing with wingers, who am I dropping out of Tammy and Calvert-Lewin? We're doing 20-man squads, so we can probably get a couple of wingers in there as well and give ourselves options. I do have a red flag pick, but I'm saving that for the lowdown. Can't give all my lowdown prep away for free. You need to go and pay for it on the lowdown. Oh, this is a nice little... If we get Zakaria as well, that's a lovely little midfield diamond. This is a lovely team we've put together, by the way. For just over 200 million. Donnarumma, Hakimi, Lodi, Godfrey, Zagadou. Possibly Zakaria, hopefully Zakaria, Sanchez and Ndombele, Gonçalves, Abraham, Calvert-Lewin. Boom. That's a football team. So get Zakaria in as well. That can be a starting 11 as a diamond. So now, I guess we can look for some wingers. Cheapy wingers, please. Who have we got? Jadon Sancho's still available. Don't really have Jadon Sancho money. Take this down to 20 million next. We've still got potentially 9 players left. So we're looking for bargains. Now, I talked before about how there are bargains out wide. You've got Jeremy Doku. You've got Jeremy Pino, I know is available for 5 million. And Bueno is decent. Marcus Thuram is good. There are plenty of wide options. I think we are going to go for Doku for the left wing at 4.6 million. And then for the right, you've got Ikone, who we've used before, who we know is good. So Ikone for, what's that, 5 million, looks like good value. But even with the 5 million limit on, there's plenty of options. So if we take Ikone for the right-hand side, so we've now got an option to play with wingers as well. Let's grab another striker. Put this up to like 15 million, see what we've got as strikers. So Jonathan David as an option to play anywhere in the front 4 is probably a good shout. Mbolo, same idea. Mbolo would be 13, David's 14 million. I think we probably go Jonathan David. Just because he can slot into any of those roles for us then. Which is always handy in a showdown. And then we could stop there because you can stop with a 14-player squad. Which is very interesting. I don't think anyone's mad enough to do that, but it is an option. Right, so Jonathan David is in. What we need is a fullback who can play on either side. Now, I know Rendell Correa is available for about 8 million. I don't know if he's been drafted yet. Let's see. Here's your budget under 23 Timothy Castagna. For 8 million, that guy should go early. Yeah, this is the exact database that we're using for the showdown tomorrow night. The exact draft pool. So I'm showing you how I would do a draft for tomorrow night. We'll be the first to stop. Probably Jack. He'll spend up all his money. Right, so we'll take him as our wing-back reserve. Now we need a backup centre-back. Probably need a few more midfielders as well. So what have we got? 5 players left, 83 million. So we could go like 15 million a player now. Quite comfortably. So he's a good shout because he can cover at the base of the midfield as well. So I think he probably would be the next option. Because I like that versatility. So let's grab him. So that's given us defensive cover. I mean, we've got plenty of players who can play up front. We've obviously got David and Doku can both play up front, but we only have 2 out-and-out strikers. I mean, that squad is a good squad. You know, that is if we take a backup goalkeeper now, because again, when you can have 20 players, you're mad not to have a backup goalkeeper. You don't need to spend a lot of money on them, but you need to have somebody. And then we can just see what's left in the player pool. Pontus Dahlberg for 600,000. That is fine. We'll take him as a backup goalkeeper. He's someone I've used before. Therefore, trust. Or Bazunu, same idea. Either of them are fine. Fullback cover, we just got Rendell Correa as fullback cover for both sides. But with a 20-man squad, you can probably take an out-and-out cover at both, like 1 left back, 1 right back. So we'll take Bazunu for 575,000, and then we can do like 20 million a player for the last few players. We can even go for 1 more big player. If there's like an Alphonso Davies still available at this point, I don't know if he is, then you could go for somebody like that. But we've got 3 picks left and 67 million. So if we now open up all positions and all budget, see who, so you've still got Ruben Diaz, Vinicius Jr., Mason Mount's not gone, Alphonso Davies is not gone, Ousmane Dembele, Diego Jota, Declan Rice has not gone. Oh my word, De Ligt has not gone. This is what I mean, there's so many players going to be available still. Chilwell, Saka, Odegaard, Havertz has not gone. Right, hold on, what have we got? So in midfield, Sanchez, Ndombele, Zakaria. So we need someone else who can play. We need central midfielder. We are now on the clock. Right, central midfielder. Do we go Declan Rice or do we go... It's a lot of money, but we can afford it. So we could go Declan Rice. Declan Rice is probably a nice one to drop in on at this point. You know what? We're taking Declan Rice. I think that's a great pick to be able to pick up at this point. And then we've still got... We could probably take 1 more defender, 1 more striker with our final couple of picks. So if we have a look at someone who can play in the defence, what have we got? Pedro Porro would use up pretty much all our budget. Let's... Oh, God, it's round to me again. Oh, my word. I'm running out of time. Ah! 10 million. Who have we got? Who have we got? It's all coming too quick. Right. Forget that. Give me a striker that I can have for 15 million. Who's left? Kasper Dolberg. Don't really want him. I guess I can just miss a pick. It's not the end of the world if I miss my pick. Or will it draft for me? Ah, that would be a disaster. Right. Select all. We've got 9 seconds left. Oh, this is... Oh, Mbolo. Yeah, because he can cover out wide as well. We'll take him. That is very much a panic pick that you wouldn't have to do in the showdown because you get a lot more time because it doesn't cover out that quickly. And then for a defender, Firpo. Who have we got a left back at the moment? Lodi. And then Correa can be our right back cover. Declan Rice can also cover at centre back. So actually, I think Firpo as a final option, not a bad shout at all. So we've got out and out. So we've got 2 left backs, 2 right backs, 4 centre backs, cover in the midfield. I think we're looking good. So we'll just wait for it to tick round again, take Firpo, and then complete our draft. And that's 350 million spent on 20 players. Probably with loads of good players still left in the pool. We'll have a look to see who's left in the pool. The draft should be this quick. I mean, it can't be with 9 humans actually doing it, can it? So if we take Firpo and then have a look at who's still left. Why is it not letting me? Because I can't afford them. Just show me players I can't afford, please. It's not going to let me see who's left that I can't afford, which seems ridiculous. I just want to see who's left unpicked. There you go, we'll finish picking. The game is still picking, apparently. They're still getting players like Arthur Cabral at this stage. But I think we've picked up a very nice looking squad. We'll have a look at the squad in a second. Can we just skip to the end now? Yeah, there you go. So let's have a look at what our squad actually looks like. Yeah, that's fine. So this is the squad. Can we not look at on a proper screen? There you go. So this is a squad that we actually end up with Donnarumma and Bazunu. And then in defence, we've got Zagadou, Hakimi, Rice, Godfrey, Aya, Lodi, Firpo, Correa. I mean, look at that. Look at it. Midfield, we've got from Sanchez down. So Sanchez and Dombele, Zakari, Gonçalves and Bolo, Doku, David and Akone. And then as out-and-out strikers, Abraham and Calvert-Lewin. So if we put that into some tactics, just slap the standard 3 that you know I like to use. So 4-3-3, a diamond, okay, 4-2-3-1, and then a diamond. And then just quick pick into each of the 3 of them. So that squad can do that as a 4-3-3. You probably wouldn't do it necessarily like that. I don't think you're playing Calvert-Lewin on the left wing. You're probably doing something a little bit closer to something like this. Who have we got as a left winger? Probably go for, I don't know, him maybe out there. I mean, there's an argument to start Calvert-Lewin ahead of Abraham. I don't know if you follow through on that argument, but there you go. That could be your 4-3-3. Or you could do a 4-2-3-1, where we probably stick him up there and then get him into midfield. He would go there, in fact. And then, I don't know, you could do something like this as an option. Or if you do the diamond, which is what we kind of drafted for, this is probably the best of the lot. You could do something like that. I think that's a pretty good team. And there were so many players left over as well. If we look through some of these other squads, see the kind of mix that you get. Can we flick through them? We can't. We have to load them all up separately. I mean, they've got some strikers, haven't they, in there? Hardly athletic. This is what a squad looks like if you get... So they've managed to get Erling Haaland, but also De Ligt and Frankie de Jong. So you think, oh, if you get Haaland, you have to get a squad of trash because of it. Well, there's your proof that you really don't have to because the pool is so deep. You can get Haaland, De Ligt and de Jong as the spine of your team and then just fill it in with other players around it. That's lovely. That's a lovely squad. This one's just focusing on the one named players, apparently. I mean, this is just the Brazilian 11. They're all Brazilian. Yuri Tielemans is just sat there like, I mean, what's going on? These are all Brazilians. And then you've got, so Kylian Mbappe, plus Thuram, Boadu, and Pino, and Pedri, all in the attack for this team. Camavinga and Pedri in the midfield. I mean... There's so much depth in this player pool. This one's gone for 3 goalkeepers, which is interesting. This is quite a poor squad. Tom, are you still here? Is this your squad? And then Etienne Green is quite cheap. I was looking at him over the weekend. He is an interesting, cheap option as a goalkeeper. Yeah, some of these squads are a little ropey. Julian Alvarez. Is he officially a Man City player now then? Because otherwise, how is he in the draft pool? Did his City... I thought he was joining City in the summer. Did he join in January, then go back out on loan? Is that how he's in the pool? It didn't even occur to me that he was in the player pool. And then this guy's got Isaac, Foden, Bellingham. I mean, everyone should be getting a good squad tomorrow night. But there you go. That was me having a quick look at the player pool and how we can do a draft. You joined City and went back out on loan. Okay. Well, there you go then. There's another option for the draft. Julian Alvarez. We know how good he can be. Can play anywhere across the front three. Probably really cheap. I don't know how much he is in the draft. But definitely an option. Right, let's get back into Leamington. After our little shenanigans, doing some drafting. How's the weather? It's a lovely, bright, sunny day out there. Used to be under 10 million. So yeah, if you can get Julian Alvarez for under 10 million, that's some nice bargain hunting. And then imagine if they did roll it forward 5 years and let all these players develop. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, if I was in the showdown this time, I'd be very happy with that squad I just drafted. My button's not working on my mouse. And I don't think there was really any point where we struggled to find a player that we needed. What about the traffic? Yeah, we calm. Wait until after 3 o'clock. We're not gonna give you everything up front. I know some of you were just here for drafts, weather and the traffic. Well, you're going to have to sit through from Leamington for half an hour to get the traffic. I need you to earn it. Right. Who are we playing? Barnsley. Where are they in the league? There, 16th. Okay. 22.5 million, I think he starts at now. It's City price. So he's had a price boost. I hope he's had an ability boost at 22 million, because that's quite a lot. That's not far behind the likes of, I think Calvert-Lewin is 30. So I think if you're going to be spending 20 plus on a striker, I struggle to justify going Alvarez over Calvert-Lewin, for example, or Jesus, who I think is in the 30 million range. So maybe he's not quite the same bargain. When you get someone like Doku or Pino for 5 million. Ooh. Do. Oh, look at this. Charging down the right-hand side and then a terrible pass at the end of it. Is that Duvet playing for them? He was Lumphin, wasn't he? Oh, hold on. That's my door again. Where's my BRB? Ah, wrong button. There we go. I have boxes. I think these are the two same boxes with the two same things in. I had a delivery that was supposed to come yesterday and it didn't. So I complained to Amazon and they said, well, it got delivered. We can't refund it until Wednesday. And it was something I wanted there and then. So I ordered it again. And these are two identical boxes. So I think this is the same two things twice. So now I'm going to have to say to them, well, now you've sent it twice, you idiots. Now what am I supposed to do? Let's see if that is the situation. Well, this is one of the things, definitely. So it's just some sleeves that I needed. So I ran out of sleeves for my cards. And then this is possibly the stupidest thing I've ever bought. it's described as a just a brooch display pocket. So it's basically a thing. It's a thing that can hang on the wall. It's got little loops on that I can pin brooches to. Not using it for brooches, I'm going to use it for pins, because I'm getting quite the collection of pins from all these different football clubs and from Pokemon boxes and from the AEW crate that comes. I've got like a mug full of pins that I needed to display somewhere. And then I think this is going to be the exact same thing again. That says do not ship by air. I think this is going to be the same two things that were supposed to be delivered, didn't turn up, and I reordered. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world if I've got double the amount of sleeves. You can never have too many sleeves. I don't necessarily need two brooch holders. It's another brooch holder. And more sleeves. Well, oh, hold on. And some tea tree oil in this one, because I've got an ingrown hair on my back. This concludes today's shopping with Kev. Have I got the Pokemon gym badges? No, I was looking at them at Insomnia, but I haven't purchased them yet. But I have got, like, just looking at my desk now, there's a Double or Nothing All Elite one. I've got a Lucario. I've got a Dortmund one. These are just the ones that I haven't put away yet. What's this one over here? A Snorlax. I've got loads of pins. So I'll get them all on there. I don't know where I'm going to put them. All of my walls are covered in stuff. But I'll find a spot where I can hang my pins. Hang my brooches. Need a theme tune for shopping with Kev. Need a bigger office for more display space. Completely agree. And that is definitely on the to-do list when we move house. I've already told Anna I want an office and a toy room. I don't feel like I should combine the two. I've got the Gen 1, 2, and 3 badges. My wife got them for me a couple of years ago for Christmas. I think I need to get one of those to display them. I mean, it does look like it does the job. Although I'm looking at because it's designed for little lady brooches, the little loop things, I don't know if they'll necessarily fit like a double pinned badge on it, like this one. I might have to put it across two. Might just fit. But some of these are pretty big. And a lot of them have got like double pins on, like the Double or Nothing one as well. So we shall see. It might be useless. Don't you want your toys on display in the videos and streams? Yeah, but I only need like one bookcase. I don't think you realise that the cupboard under the stairs and an entire storage unit are full of my toys. I want all of my toys accessible. I'll have a few behind me in the stream like I do now. This is probably like 5% of all of my toys that you can see. The rest of them are hidden away in cupboards at the moment. I want a room where I can go and play with them and enjoy them. Because I am a child. If useless, I expect to see it on the eBay shop. Yeah. Oh, that's a lovely pass. Theodros is in, and that's a lovely goal. A 9th goal of the season for Sir Omari Theodros. He is in form. I love the fact that not only is he continuing to be in the team on merit, he is blossoming into one of our best players. How he's not on the club legends list, I don't know. The new ground should be named after him. Come on. See, Ronnie Edwards is quite good. Now he's actually playing. He is quite good at doing football. Why not get a board to hang my pin badges on? Because I've got no room for a board. I figured this would be smaller and could be folded up and put in a cupboard if it's not on display without damaging the pins. Because at the moment, with them all just being in a mug, they're all clanging into each other and getting damaged. Whereas at least if they're pinned into a big cloth, I could then fold the cloth up and put it in a cupboard. And then they're not getting damaged. Or I could hang it on the wall if I can find a hangy spot. Ah, come on, boys. Let's do a football, shall we? Has Brewerton played many games? Probably played half a dozen or so. His time will come. If he's good enough, his time will come. If they're good enough, they force their way in. Love to see Theodros as Champions League winning captain and scorer of the winning goal. I mean, he's not really captain material, but I can certainly see him playing if we get there in the next 5 years. We do pass the ball around beautifully. Look at this. I mean, that should have been a better finish. My little one making me laugh. He's just seen I'm watching you and got a tin playing it like a drum singing "Do a Football" every time I go to record it. He stops. That is awesome. Right. Let's have a little look. What are we going to do here then? We're going to make some substitutions is what we're going to do. We've got some tired legs. Actually, we're going to change the striker. Get Ed Webb on. My save keeps crashing just before December the 1st every time. What do I do? I mean, there's not a lot you can do other than post it on the forums and let them know it's happened. Sometimes you just get game-breaking bugs. I mean, you could try like uninstalling and reinstalling the game. Oh, that's a big miss from Theodros. You could try, I mean, there's things you could try, but unfortunately, when that starts happening, you could maybe try holidaying past that date. But it sounds like this save may not be much longer for this world. Sometimes it happens, unfortunately. Right, come on, let's have a winning goal. That's lovely control from Walsh, but he should have taken it on a little bit further. Oh, yeah, if you've got stuff like custom skins on, turn all that stuff off. Because it could be that that's breaking it. Anybody got any shouts for a second season striker to join Sunderland in the Championship? Oh, Duvet! Oh, I hate Football Manager. Why does that always happen? He's come back to bite the hand that used to feed him. Yeah, because the game is annoyingly scripted. Ah! Now we go attacking, and we hope to grab a goal from somewhere. Yeah, Adam Ida's a good shout. Dane Scarlett or Troy Parrott on loan from Tottenham. Either of them are good in the Championship early on. Ricky J. Jones from Peterborough. If you're willing to develop him a bit. Usually turns out a Championship superstar. Davies Davo, thank you very much for 4 months. That is an upsetting defeat because we shouldn't have lost. At least Theodros got his goal bonus. That's what it's really all about. Look at his value range. Oh, my word. Oh, I hope we don't have to sell him. He's having the best season of his career in the Championship. That is bonkers. We're still not on his favoured clubs list. And he's still not on our favoured players list. The whole thing is a ridiculous situation. Tyler Goodrum and Big Holman. I mean, Big Holman, how's he on there? He was here on loan from Cambridge and he's on the favoured personnel. Theodros, no. Morton Titterton, what a name. Who's Andy Smith? I mean, whoever this guy was, he's on the favoured personnel list. Ryan Colvin's a club icon. Phil Scott's a club icon. No Theodros. Hideous. Surely he's not going to leave us now. Now he's come this far. He had the chance to go and join a Championship team as a teenager and chose to stay with Leamington. For him to leave now would be heartbreaking. Ricky Joe Jones is injured at the start of the game for 24 months. Why? He wasn't in real life. He's played most of our matches in the second half of this season. He had like 3 months out at the start of the season, but not 24 months, that's for sure. They seem to have got that wrong. I need to reset my laptop and reinstall, but don't want to lose my FM save. Does it automatically save into cloud save solve it? Yeah, if you save it to the Steam cloud, then that's fine. Your other option would be to just put it in something like Dropbox, because your FM saves live in. So there you go. You have. Is that showing up? No. Why is that not showing up? So in your documents on your PC, you'll have your Sports Interactive folder, which will have a Football Manager 22 folder, which will have a games folder, and then that'll be a list of all your saves. So the one that you want to keep, you could just store it somewhere, like put it on a thumb drive, put it on Dropbox, email it to yourself, and then add it back in again after you've reset your computer and reinstalled the game. Yeah, cloud saving would have the same effect. We've got Birmingham. We've got the big local derby in the FA Cup third round. Exciting times. Regards from Chile. Hello to Chile. Phil Scott singing Theodros' praise, as he should. Is Scott playing regularly? He's only started 7 games in the Premier League. How is he outside of our scouting scope? That's ridiculous. We need more money. Oh, this is not ideal. We don't want to lose Godwin as well. Jacob Chapman wants to leave. He's heard some of the things I was saying about him. Well, you know what, Jacob? Get out then. We'll sign another goalkeeper. It's fine. You only got here because of your name in the first place. We can get some money for you, then we're sorted. Oh, we are going to get some money for him. Not very much money, though, looking at it. Right, who are we going to sell him to? Who's offering the most money? 240 from Monterrey is the highest, I think. So that's what we want, please. 240,000, which means we are going to need to bring in another goalkeeper. Sending my money-grabbing son away. Yeah, exactly. So if we take a goalkeeper on loan, we can't loan at the moment because it's December. We can't sign anyone because the windows are closed and the game is done. Would you consider doing a YouTube save on Athletic? It's so hard as they have a special transfer policy. Maybe. I'd need more information than that. All right, there you go. Lots of clubs offering similar sorts of amounts for him. So it looks like Jacob's on his way. He's had 3 or 4 months of his £5 a month. Now he's willing to go off and earn less for football somewhere. It's ridiculous because we signed him as a backup and he's gotten a grumpy about being a backup after less than half a season. It makes no sense. I realise Athletic Bilbao can only sign Basque players. I didn't mean I needed more of an explanation of that. It was more of a, I'd need more of a story reason to do the save. Because I feel like lots of people have done that save before. And just, I can only sign Basque players isn't really, it's not enough to hold up a YouTube series. How high is the flair attribute of Theodros? No idea. I don't think I've ever looked at any of his attributes. Presumably Basque is in the game as a nationality and you just filter by nationality when you're signing players. Is it that simple? Oh, that's a lovely pass. Deserved a better finish. What did I mean by the tour save? What do you mean? What did I mean? I hope your scouts will only bring back Basque players too. That's a very good point. Most of your stars will come through the youth system. You know me, love a youth system. Come on, let's have a goal. Now feels like a good opportunity to score a goal. Norwich are pulling away at the top of this league. We've dropped too many points recently. We need goals. But then we weren't supposed to get promoted this year, so we can't be too grumpy about it. Real interesting thing would be if you get a really good youth product who isn't from the Basque region come through. Well, surely that shouldn't be able to happen. Because the transfer policy should go all the way down to signing 9-year-olds. If they're not, oh, that's good work from Edwards. If they're not appropriate to play for the club, they shouldn't come through the youth system, you would think. Come on, boys. Only sign Basque or Spanish under 16s. There you go. I think the club culture dictates that every player coming through is at least Basque as second nationality. We just did a football goal. Hooray! Let's look at the replay of it, shall we? Good work by Theodros, as usual. And the headband crew combine. One headband to another. Hooray! Laporte came through at Bilbao and he was French. If you come through the academy, he's eligible. You can be French and Basque, though, can't you? Is Laporte not Basque? Youth players for Bilbao don't need to be Basque in real life. It's enough if they're in the academy in a Basque province. Okay. Do 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 do. The port is Basque via his grandparents. So there you go. Oh, that's a lovely pass. Oh, that should have been a goal. So is Griezmann, who was developed by Sociedad, technically can play for Bilbao. There you go. Do, do, do. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Back to winning ways. That's what I'm talking about. So, how are we doing? 5 points behind Norwich now. Who is Hakeem Adams? One of our youth players, I guess. Have we got any Australians in who can explain tea tree oil for me? This is what Amazon told me I needed to use for my ingrowing hair that I've got on my back. Which now looks like a little hole in my back, which is nice. Apparently this will stop it getting infected. It's numerous benefits due to its purifying properties. Well, there you go. I'll just pour this down my back. Do, 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 do. Oh, we play Norwich very soon. That's going to be a big match. Do it on stream. Is it going to hurt? I don't know. Does it smell? What does tea tree oil smell like? Kev's back content. Yeah, you don't want to see my hole in my back. Right, Bristol City, away from home. How's Dector getting on? Beautifully. I love the fact that we've got these players who've been here for a while who are starting to get really, really good. It makes me very happy. Thought it was like that stuff you put on a pillow to help with congestion. Ah. Well, maybe I've bought the wrong stuff then. We open it up and have a look. It's pure tea tree oil. Does it smell? Oh, here we go. It's got instructions on the bottle. For general use, apply 1 or 2 drops of oil into cotton wool or a swab and apply as required. So it is exactly how I thought it would be. Oh my God, that stinks. Oh! Oh my word, that smells. That's giving me an instant headache on one side of my head. Perhaps shouldn't have stuffed it under my nose. Oh, Kai Edwards. What a man. Let's have a look at this thunderous header. Kai Edwards is starting to score some goals for us now. Derby should have given him the opportunity. 27 years old now. Finally turning into a goal scorer after 3 years of this. Careful with it around the dog. I shall keep it far away on my desk so he can't reach it then. Dector's picked up an injury. That's not ideal. Oh, Norwich not winning. Right. Actually, Jarvis is tiring as well. This is the... our players are always so tired. We'll leave them all on. We can't have favourites. They all have to stay on if they're all tired. No substitutions. You're all tired, so no substitutions. It's the only fair outcome. Oh, what a tackle. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. That's exactly what we want. Strong disagree. I want to go to the Premier League. I don't care about the story at this point. I just want to get to the Premier League. I don't need the redemption arc in the playoffs because I'll just lose them again. I can't even remember how many in a row it is now. Becoming like Goldberg's winning streak. Oh, yeah, we've lost 23 playoffs in a row. I don't know. I can't remember. It's a lot. 13, 14, maybe. Somewhere in that region. There you go. Wandering Bolt said the same. 13 or 14. Nobody knows. So you know we're going to round that up to 14. Too many is how many it is. Far too many. That's actually a consideration for the new save. Do they have playoffs in the French lower leagues or the German lower leagues? That is an important consideration. So I would like to avoid playoffs if possible. Online exam in 3 minutes. Enjoy yourself. Le playoffs. Probably what they are called. I know about French. I've heard it spoken. Oh, that's a lovely finish. Ed Webb. Every goal he scores seems to be his 4th goal of the season, but that was a lovely finish. Let's have a look at it from the other side. Does the merchandise have thumb holes in it? Is what we really need to know. It's a very good point. I don't know French, and I know it, but I know about French. Yeah, exactly. I've heard it spoken. I'm aware it's a place. I've sampled their bread. Anna's getting annoyed with me that the most excited thing, the thing I'm most excited about next week is French bread. Yeah, Disneyland's great and everything, but French bread. Hello, I'm a new viewer. Welcome along, new viewer. How are you doing? Oh, that's an interesting... Jarvis is claiming that. That got disallowed immediately, didn't it? Posture check and a hydrate. Oh, you don't want much, do you? My word. There you go. There's your posture check. And now I'm hydrated. Hit it, Ronnie. Coward. I don't know why I'm putting my bottle on the floor. I usually leave it on my desk. It's because I've got a pile of these brooch holders on my desk now. Got no room to put my bottle. Yeah, all of the French pastry kind of stuff. My walk to the boulangerie before we go to the park every day. That's the best bit of the day. Setting it up. For some reason, I don't resent a 7 a.m. alarm. 7 a.m. alarm, walk down to the boulangerie, get myself a couple of loaves of bread, a couple of croissants, some pain au chocolat, and a coffee to drink on the way back. That's all I need. I just want ham and cheese sandwiches in crusty French bread for all 3 meals, please. I don't need anything else. Ham and cheese and French croissants are elite. They certainly know their way around a cheese in France. I'll give them that. Only in France is now the alarm welcome because it means you get the freshest bread possible. Exactly. Yeah, I'm walking down there at 7:10 in the morning and know there's already going to be a queue. Aston Vanilla and Blackburn. Both of you can do one. We've got a Norwich to beat. It was only the youth intake preview. It wasn't the actual youth intake. So we're not that interested. Didn't even look at it. Youth intake preview. There you go. None of them will be any good. It's not going to be a 4-star intake. We've never had a good youth intake. If we actually get a good youth intake, that would be phenomenal. When am I going away? Soon. I don't want to give exact dates. I don't want to like invite people to rob my house. Would selfishly love to see you manage Villa. Not just an FM. I'd take you in real life as well. Why not? I'll do that. Villa, you know where I am. Where am I going? I'm going to French France. Specifically, Disneyland. The trip that was originally booked over 2 years ago. No, it was about 2 years ago. So I think it was the end of May 2020 we were supposed to be going originally. It's been postponed 3 times because of the pandemic. It was originally pushed back to August 2020. Then it was pushed back to May last year. And then May last year, we actually cancelled it completely because it had been pushed back twice and then rebooked it for this May. So it's been a long time coming. Live stream in Disneyland. I mean, I could, couldn't I? Imagine if I'm just sat there on Main Street, USA, Disney Castle in the background, just yelling at Amari Theodros to do a football. It'd be beautiful. We're staying at the Village Nature, which is just down the road a little bit. It's next door to Davy Crockett Ranch. It's half owned. It is officially a Disney hotel, but I don't think it's actually fully on the Disney site. It's half owned by Disney, half owned by Center Parcs. So it's like a Center Parcs. A 5-minute drive from Disneyland. So it's like the best of both worlds. It's got the big Center Parcs style swimming pool under the big dome and all the Center Parcs style activities. But it's 5 minutes away from Disneyland. So it's quite cool. It means we don't have to spend the whole holiday in Disneyland to enjoy ourselves. Which, as much as me and Anna would, Andy wouldn't be able to cope with being in Disneyland the whole time. He loves it, but he loves it in 2 or 3 hour bursts. So it's nice to be able to head back out to the hotel area and actually have our own bedrooms rather than being crammed into one big Disney-style hotel room where we're all sleeping in the same room. We'll have separate bedrooms, a little bit of space, kitchen, balcony, all the Center Parcs normal stuff, and Center Parcs activities to do as well. It's going to be cool. As much as I want to stay in the new Art of Marvel hotel that they've done. But that'll have to wait until me and Anna go without Andy again. Oh, this isn't going well. I stayed in a Cars-themed hotel there and the beds were literally in the shape of cars. I love the sound of that. You might not be welcome back after shouting the ref's fingering himself. Look, if he is fingering himself, I'm going to say he's fingering himself. I'm nothing if not honest. One of the other things I'm most excited about, in addition to French bread, I'm excited about being able to get a McDonald's muffin in the afternoon and some of the is it called chip sauce? It's probably not. It's called something French, I imagine. The sauce that you European rascals get at McDonald's to put on your chips that we don't have in the UK. I'm absolutely going to McDonald's and just getting all of the sauce, as well as an egg McMuffin in the afternoon. I'm proper cultured, me, going to France, and I'm really looking forward to going to McDonald's. But it's different to our McDonald's. It's really good. I'm so uncultured. What am I? You can buy the McDonald's sauce in stores in Europe. Really? I'm going to have to venture into a French supermarket. I asked for a chicken select meal at French McDonald's. They gave me a salad. Yes. Well, it looks like we're not going up automatically. You can get beer in the meal deal at McDonald's in France. Well, I don't drink beer, so that's not much use to me, but that is mad. Hugo Lloris was spotted at the ground, keeping an eye on Godwin. Hugo Lloris, who is the breast boss. What a name. I'd love, I mean, what? I want to refer to that as now on. Kevin Chapman, the breast boss. There you go, Hugo. Good work. But he's keeping an eye on Godwin. Get some of the best parts about traveling around Europe, discovering all the delights of the fast food places. Now they're different to ours. Like Burger King, you can get a croque monsieur from Burger King and a proper coffee. I want a croque monsieur from Burger King. I've had one before. I want another one. Did I know Burger King isn't called Burger King in Australia? I feel like I vaguely was aware of that because there was already a Burger King there. I think I've seen a TikTok about it. This is how I spend my free time. You can actually get the McDonald's sauce in the UK on Amazon. Really? Hold on. Hold on. What is it called? Frick sauce? We probably don't need to go on this trip if I can get this. I enjoyed it so much, I've still got the paper bag that the meal came in the back of my car. And I've changed cars since the last time I was in France. But I transferred the paper bag, the McDonald's bag, that I got my delicious meal in. I transferred it from the back of my old car to the back of my new car because I enjoyed that meal so much. That's how much I want Fritz sauce. Oh my God. So is this the stuff? I mean, none of it has got the McDonald's logo on it. But is this the same stuff? Is that what we're looking for? That one, is it? Develli. I mean, it's only... Oh, that's sweet. I don't want sweet and sour, do I? Is it that? Is it that? I need to know. Oh, you can't see. I've got... What is my... Hold on. Wait a minute. Why is my... I can't get... There you go. Got there in the end. So that one, and that one. So I don't think it's that one because that says sweet and sour. Is it that? That looks right, I think. Do I need a litre of it? I'll take a litre of sauce, please. That's what you get with nuggets in Denmark. This is all fascinating. Should I get some honey barbecue skinny sauce? I sell that in B&M. Chip shop curry sauce? I bet it isn't. It's nothing like it. Wow, a big jug of Frank's Red Hot. Oh, Sweet Baby Ray's is a good barbecue sauce. I don't buy enough sauce. I think that's my problem. Well, there we go. Started a new save. Had FM choose a team for me to manage it. Pick Peter before me. Are there any players there that should be sold? Not really. It's a very good squad in FM. Certainly good enough to keep you up. The likes of Ronnie Edwards and Ricky J. Jones can make you big money if you develop them properly. Harrison Burrows is another one. I knew someone working at a remote mine who kept that big jug of hot sauce on their desk. That's brilliant. A new YouTube channel will be tasting and rating condiments. Well, if the Pokemon stuff doesn't ever take off properly, maybe I'll switch to tasting condiments. Maybe that's my true calling. Tasting condiments and looking at houses on Rightmove. I got to stick to the things I'm actually good at. Can you two just swap over? Oh, see, we're talking about chips and flavour, and now we're off to Hull. Hull, home of chip spice. Now I want to have chip spice on my chips with some frit sauce to dip into. I feel like that'd be a flavour overload. I don't think I'd be able to cope with it. Too much flavour. What a way to die. I want that on my headstone after I'm gone. Kevin Chapman died of too much flavour. Does McDonald's in the UK have hot mustard sauce for nuggets? No. I mean, our mustard is hot as standard, so we don't have to differentiate between hot mustard and yellow sauce that Americans call mustard. Come on, boys. Can we win a football match? It was all good until we closed the game. That was the mistake we made. We were in great form. We shut the game to go and do the draft practice thing. And since then, we've not been in very good form at all. We know better than to do stuff like that as well. I don't know why you let me do it. I'm blaming all of you. Come on, boys. More. Danko, thank you very much for the sub. Oh my word, that would have been a wonder goal. I love wonder goals. Come on, everybody, bob your heads around. Chapman's leaving before the transfer window opens. I hadn't realised. That means we're going to be down to one goalkeeper. What the hell is this? What kind of view is that? What kind of monster plays with a view like that one? So Conway's just going to have to sit on the bench for a little while. I guess that's not a disaster. Has Wooster been dropped yet? Can we bring him back on loan in January? Or is he actually a regular Premier League player? That's annoying. Hopefully they're going to get relegated. They are. Has he got a relegation release clause? Because if they get relegated and we get promoted, that'd be perfect. Get Tommy back. announced an increase to retained transfer revenue. So we're now up to 75% retained transfer revenue. Finally. Finally. Now we can sell someone for big money and actually replace them, unlike the two that left in the summer. It is nice having a nice, healthy bank balance. But it's still going to go down to close to zero by the end of the season. Warrington wants to start more games. Well, then he should probably be better at football. He was great first season, but at 24, if he's not happy, it's time to shift him away. Where's threaten? Why is threaten not an option? Compromise. You're a squad player. There you go. Hopefully that'll cheer him up for a bit. Just signed a 4-star winger from Newcastle. Got them to pay 75k of his wages. I only pay him 26. Nice. They must have really wanted rid of him. Niall Smith. I'd forgotten Niall Smith exists. I mean, definitely he is another one that probably needs to leave. We're trimming the fat with a TH apparently. We're going to trim the fat in January because he's now alerted me to his existence. He's going on the transfer list and we're getting him gone because he's just not good enough. Oh, good. Ronnie Edwards is out for a month again. We managed to get 4 starts out of him. He is very good, but my word, is he injury prone. And for 15 grand a week, if Derby want him back, they can probably take him in January. I feel like that money could be better used elsewhere on, you know, players who will actually play. Well, Jacob Chapman has gone and doubled his wages again. He is a greedy little boy. But that is impressive work to double his wages after not playing for us. Right, Crew now then. Easy peasy. They're down in the relegation zone. This should be a team we are definitely capable of beating. 60 minutes. There we go. They want Jason Kelson. I forgot he was still here. Get him offered out as well. We've got so many players that aren't good enough for us. Now we're a good team. We need to get rid of all this dross. And generate some spensies. How much should we pay for Kelson? 160. So we'll be doubling our money on him if we sell him for 325. I can cope with doubling our money. Doubling my money is one of my favourite things to do with money. All right. That all looks acceptable to me. We're off to Crew. Let's do a football. It doesn't even really matter about replacing a lot of these because most of these players we're offering out haven't played for us this season. So if they're not playing, it doesn't really matter if we can replace them. It's not just that they're not playing very much. They're not playing at all. So they could just leave the squad and not be replaced. We've supposedly got this best in a generation youth intake coming through. They can fill some squad gaps from March, if we have any, which we're not going to. Yes, we'll bring in a loan or two probably in January. It's a good tackle. What a good tackle from Turgai. I want to try sticking a badge to this. Where's my Lucario pin that I was waving around before? There it is. Oh, that was nearly a goal. Will it fit? Hold that. How'd you get these off? This is sharp. Don't play with pins, everybody. They are sharp. Oh, well, that's ridiculous. They go top to bottom. It's not going to fit at all. I'll have to kind of poke that end in. I hope Anna's just heard the tooting. I'm a little bit busy with my pins. There you go. That's not too bad, actually. I can't hear her. Can't see my phone. Can't go to the door again. I'm entertaining the masses. Tooting. There you go. Text sent. Already back. What was this exam, Mike, if you were done in 20 minutes? That's madness. There you go. I can hear the door being opened. Anna is gone. Oh, that's nice football. Hit it! Why are we not scoring goals anymore? I loved it when we used to score goals. Can't even take a corner. Our form has gone through the floor. Just a short online multiple choice exam about web development. Max allowed time, 30 minutes. 2 of those this semester. Yeah. I can hear Andy yelling that he's not got school tomorrow. Well, then he's not going to be going on holiday. I think I'm about to be dragged out there to get involved in this. Go on, shoot. Ah! Ah! Rubbish. Why? So what he's screaming at the top of his voice is stay home, save lives. He's remembering that. He's not going. We're not taking him if he doesn't go to school. Simple. This is a reward. I'll go on my own. I'll go on my own and tell him how it was. I'm sure Anna will still be here when I get back if I go on my own. Come on, can we have a goal, please? I remember when we used to score goals. That was nice. Those were the days. Ah! Ah! Rubbish. And now they're going to score a late winner. Even though we've been the better team by miles and they're in the relegation zone. Sometimes Football Manager decides to turn against you. Seemingly inexplicably. Come on. Last minute winner, please. Let's go attacking for the last minute. Let's demand more. We should be winning these kind of matches. Oh, that's a lovely pass. He's taking it too wide, though. Ah! There we go. Finally. Look how much he's... I mean, he's very happy about it. I'm very happy about it. Oh, it took a bit of luck. That was weird from their defender there, and Walsh gets lucky. Plays the ball across, and we get to stay in touch with the breakaway too. As long as we don't now concede right at the end of the match. Oh. Oh. Right. Have we got a long break now? 9 days without any football. It must be an international break. Pat on the head for Edwards again, who has been excellent this season. I mean, that's not terrible form. It's just not promotion-winning form. We're only 3 points behind Burnley, so we're definitely still in the mix. Wrexham don't want Kelson. Well, they're not having him then. I refuse. They're not going to pay the fee. They're not getting him. I'll find my drink to hydrate if there is. This guy was impressive, apparently. 2-star potential. That's the last you'll ever see of him. Hope you enjoyed him while he was on the screen. Have I scheduled today's Football Manager video? Is it an important question to ask at this point? I don't remember doing it. One moment. Yes, I have. Panic over. Out at 4 o'clock as usual. So we've got about 20 minutes of stream left. And I'll be sending you all over to YouTube. Jamar Hughes has got a virus. Well, we may as well just send him to America now then. He's leaving in a week. Just get him on the plane. To me, that screams doesn't want to come into work for his last week. He's just going to pretend to be sick during his notice period. We've all done it. Hands in your notice. Then, oh, I've got a virus. All right then, Jamar. This is a big game against Leeds. 3rd against 4th. The Lee derby. Can't put him on a plane with a virus. Watch me. 1st of July, he's gone. Do. Now the whole team, one after another, gets a virus. Nah, we've sent him home. We're not getting a virus. Why no Boxing Day game? No idea. Seemingly there are no Boxing Day games. So, I guess reasons. Maybe we have a winter break in the future for a week. Doesn't really count as a break if it's only a week. Love the fact that we did match tactics and match practice on Christmas Day. I'm such a monster. Oh, look, a virus. He's another of the ones who's leaving, though. I don't mind if the guys who don't want to be here get viruses. No one wants to sign him with his current injury status. He's not injured, he's just got a sniffle. Virus mania has begun. We'll be fine. Leamington to land Goulty. I bet we're not. £4.7 million for a 27-year-old. I strongly suggest we're not landing anyone of the sort. Yes, he's better than anyone else we've got in midfield, but still, we're not paying that kind of money for a League One midfielder. I have had a player miss an entire year with a virus before, yes. Transfer listed players have feelings too. Yeah, but they're not my concern. I'm not their mother, I'm their manager. We are in the Championship. Oh, a new contract. Yes, please. Yes, please. Can I have a big pay rise, please? Love pay rises. Vince Pitt. He gets a pay rise because he's got loads of potential. I feel like it's a name I've been paying attention to for a long time now. £2 to £3 million for value, 4.5-star potential. He's actually a 3-star or 2.5-star current ability player now. He's nearly as good as Mainu, who's been in the first team squad. It might be time for him to be brought back to the club. Armani Gilks, I think, is done, I'm afraid, boys and girls. We're going to transfer list him. Let him go. Niall Smith, we've already got on the transfer list, I think. And the rest of them we don't need to worry about because they're kids. Not really on very much money. Right, give me this new contract then, please. Yes, we've got a new ground on the way. It's about 18 months until it's going to be finished. But there is a new ground being built now. So, eventually, we will have the shiny new stadium and be a Premier League team. And then we'll be unstoppable. Love being unstoppable. Right, are we getting this contract or what? Come on, Gilksy. You've been here long enough. Time to find a new club. You were all right walking out the door way back when. Now I'm going to shove you out the door. How big would the stadium be? Not big enough. It's only like 13,000 capacity, which is double what we're playing in at the moment. Here we go. Here we go. Is that an increased transfer budget? Oh no, we've got that amount already. We keep selling players. Right, £3 a week. Obviously, I want more. 3.5, please. Ooh, 3.3. 3.4. Oh, they love me. How much was I on before? I was on 1.8. Now I'm on 3.4. Oh. Look at that. Mr. Moneybags over here. Nearly £3.5 a week. Our training facilities have been improved for the first time this summer just gone. So they're terrible. But we will keep throwing money at them when we have money. Yeah, I mean, once the ground moves back to Leamington, I guess I have to buy a new house in Leamington. So I need all the salary I can get. Leamington's expensive. We're living in Solihull at the moment because that's where the ground is. But I will move house when we move back into the ground, and we'll buy somewhere in Leamington, which hopefully won't have a TV that's hung on the wall, but with the base still on it, like the original one. Because that still troubles me a little bit now. I still have horrible flashbacks to that TV being on the wall, but still on its stand. It's one of the more horrible things I've ever seen. Don't know what I'm talking about. You should go back and watch the first video in the series. It's all in there, and it was horrible. Right, another big game then. 3rd versus 4th, the Lee derby. Leamington versus Leeds, the Lee. Come on! Let's have an early goal, please, gentlemen. Oh, look at that. Jarvis is in. Jarvis has gone too wide. Jarvis has done well. I mean, that was a roller coaster of emotions with Jarvis. The move is still actually going on, but that's poor from little Kev. But Jarvis is involved again, and I mean, it's a bright start, but no goal, unfortunately. Makes me very sad. I thought that was there's colour blindness. I thought that was one of our players. And it was actually the referee. I wondered why he just let the ball go through him. Now I wonder why the referee is able to let the ball pass through him as if he's not there. Does the referee not have physics attached to him? Has anyone ever seen a ball hit a referee in Football Manager? Or are they just imaginary? They're not really there as part of the match engine. They're just painted on afterwards. Because that's interesting. We might have just discovered something. I'm sure that ball passed straight through the referee. And I feel like the referee should have physics on them. They're ghosts. That would explain why the referees never retire. Why you still have current Premier League referees managing in the Premier League 30 years in the future. They never retire. They never get replaced with different referees. Always just the same referees forever. They're trapped in referee limbo. No physical presence, no body, no chance of retirement. They'll just be forever fingering themselves and refereeing Premier League games. And running over to look at their little tellies. He's picked the wrong pass there. Makes it easier to shout at the ref after the game knowing they have no physical form. Yeah, I guess. You just pack their spirit back up into a box after the match. Shortire scored against us earlier in the season. That exact goal. He's scored that goal against us twice this season. He's very good cutting in off that side. Stu, I am all about context. Quite frankly, when things don't have context, I find them frustrating and annoying and pathetic and childish when things have no context. So yes, I will provide you some context. The context is when the referees go to VAR, they put their finger in their ear, hence fingering themselves. Oh, it's a cheeky little finish. Oh, look at it. Lovely. Lovely little finish. Just worried we're going full Kev after dark. Nah. I'm family friendly, me. Do. Ed Webb in again. What a player. Leeds have been really poor. But Norwich is just rattling the goals in again. Norwich upset me quite a lot. I need to take this Norwich shirt down off the wall. In fact, I think it's already off the wall. I think it's up in the shirt storage in the bedroom. Actually, I was meaning to ask you lot, because you're experts, presumably. Football shirts, if I put them in one of those big vacuum bags for long-term storage, so I've got a lot of football shirts accumulating. If I put them in one of those vacuum bags, is that going to ruin the shirt, or is it going to be all right? Because I've got probably 30 or 40 football shirts now, and I need to get rid of a lot of them. I don't want to sell them. I want to keep them because they'll when I'm rummaging through them with my grandkids in years to come, it'll be quite cool to be able to say, yeah, these are the shirts of all the teams that I managed when I was on YouTube. You probably don't remember YouTube; it was before your time, but I used to be quite the superstar. I was the best that ever did it when it came to Football Manager content on YouTube. I was great, and these are the teams that I managed. That is poor goalkeeping. There you go, there's your posture check. Come on, Sarah Mari. Yeah, the goalkeeper very briefly turned into a referee there, I think. It was a little bit alarming. Keep an eye on that boy's fingers. Oh, that header didn't have much oomph to it, did it? Come on, boys. This is nice football, but I would like it to end with a goal. Oh, I think it might. Theodros is in. He's taking it too wide, but he cuts it back beautifully, and Walsh is there to make it 4. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Walsh once again turning up in a big game. It's all he does. Big game Emmett. That's what they call him. Boink. There we go. 4-2. Oh, that's poor from Leeds, and we've intercepted that and then played a terrible through ball, which kind of takes the sting out of the attack. This game's getting very sloppy with 5 minutes to go. If you do store football shirts, don't fold over the sponsor logo. Good shout. Big game Emmett's at it again. Five goals between this front two today. Bearing in mind Edwards has been the star of our attack all season. He's not playing right now, and the strikers that are playing, 5 goals against one of the best teams in the division. There's an argument that this should be our strike partnership because they work so well together. Sammy Brooks, the £3 million man, makes it 6 in the Lee derby. Leamington 6, Leeds 2, 0-2. Very good performance from the front three today. Bunch of heroes. To be fair, Edwards had at least an assist before coming off. Not a goal though, is it? We've just got some very good strikers. This is why Hughes is leaving. Don't need him anymore. Oh, my nose is blocked again. Hat trick for Webb. Good work. Not a bad start to his career at Leamington. Yes, we'll scout these boys. Apparently we can't because they're all outside of our scouting scope. Ridiculous. We spent all our scouting budget. Maybe we should move some money back into scouting. Up and Bray do it. Near somewhere. Got no package because we've got no budget. Scouting budget is spent. Put some money back into scouting. And then just take a big package for a little while. Or even a really big package for a couple of months. It's January. Let's take some big packages. Ah! There you go. That's what I was aiming for. Do like the idea of getting a new Denanga. He looks like a Godwin replacement if Godwin goes this window. I mean, that's ridiculous that Leeds are considering a £45 million offer for a Manchester City player. We are not in the same league as them. We just put 6 goals past Leeds. Their response, £45 million on a player wanted by Paris Saint-Germain. Absolutely bonkers. With Peterborough Sports and Stamford possibly going up to the season to the National League North-South, who would I start with? Well, Stamford, I think, is nearer to my house than Peterborough. I'll have to work out which is nearer, but I'm pretty sure Stamford is nearer. If Rushden go up, they're even nearer. Offer made for Serrano. Well, we do need a backup goalkeeper, so I'll just allow that to happen. Gilks is on his way. Ah, Gilksy, it's been a wonderful time, but your time is coming to an end, I'm afraid. Try and squeeze as much money out of them as we can. Oh, that's a lot of money. That is a stupid amount of money for him. Oh, hold on. Webb gets Young Player of the Month. Is that a 3 save sort for next year if Rushton go up as well then? Yeah. Rushton missed the playoffs on the last day, did they? Okay, so definitely not Rushton then. So the season is finished now, has it? And it's just the playoffs. We have a quick look. See who got in, because I don't know who got in. So this, get it on the screen. This is the Southern League. So Banbury are quite close to where I live, so it could be Banbury. Peterborough Sports, definitely quite close. Colville are quite close. It's a shame that Rushton missed out, but Stamford are in with a chance as well, are they? How do we... What league is Stamford in? That one maybe? No, that's this one. Not that one. Not that one. Where is Stamford then? Someone said Stamford could come up. I don't see Stamford anywhere. Oh, Stamford in the league below. Oh, well then they're not going to come up then, are they? They're not coming up far enough. So really, at the moment, it's probably going to be Banbury. Unless Peterborough Sports or Colville come up. Because either of them probably are nearer than Banbury. I would think. Yeah, Western Supermare were in those playoffs, I saw. I would have quite liked doing Stamford. That's a bit of a shame that they're not coming up. They're not owned by my former landlord's letting agent. Like Peterborough Sports are. I don't think there's much chance of me working closely with Peterborough Sports. Unless they don't tell their owner and sponsors. Come on, let's have a little dance. The Northern Premier League. Yeah, but they weren't in one of the ones that's directly below the football, the conference, are they? They're not in there. So they might be further down the Northern Premier League pyramid. Yeah, they're the step below. So they could get promoted into the league below their National League. Yeah, they're not high enough up. They're not on the verge of getting into the playable leagues. Easy to choose my local clubs is outside my bedroom window and played in Europe 5 years ago. Nice. Minu has gone. Edwards is fit again, which is remarkable. That means he's about to get injured. So we've got about £500,000 to spend. Do we particularly need anything? Not really. A decent sized squad. We've got a goalkeeper on the way in. There's no obvious gaps. I think we could probably just sit as we are. Right. I thought Gilks had gone. Wrexham have offered a flat 900,000 for him. This is bonkers. I love Amani Gilks, but I don't understand how we've managed to sell him for massive money twice. Buy Wonder Kids. I don't think we're quite at the level to buy Wonder Kids. And because we're on the verge of promotion as well, we could sign really high potential youngsters now that would come to us now, and they'll never play for us in the Premier League. So we may as well just sit and wait and get promoted with this squad. I don't think there's any, unless a real excellent player presents themselves who would be a difference maker now, there's not much point signing players for the future at this point. I'll let my director of football bring someone in if he likes the look of anybody. I'm not desperate. Occoflex. He's still playing. He's now playing for Shelbourne. Should have stayed with us. You'd still be in the team. The facilities are already in the process of being upgraded, so we can't ask again. Dector's now got a cold. Get him home. And criticise Ronnie Edwards because he's always injured. I wouldn't be surprised if he got recalled. And I wouldn't be upset either. He's great, but he's really expensive. I'll have to see what time it is. Goodness me. We need to wrap this up. We can't play another game now. We've got... Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. Jawad Grindrod. Sounds like something out of Harry Potter, Grindrod. But he would be the best defender at the club if he came in. End of contract. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll try and bring him in now on the cheap if we can. And then we really can send Ronnie Edwards back. But yeah, I'm definitely happy to let my director of football do his thing. 5'10" centre back. You know that doesn't matter. We've talked about it so many times. And he'll probably play right back anyway. Because you know what I'm like. How many channel points to name the stadium? 8 million. Right, we are going to wrap it up there, boys and girls. That means we'll start the next stream off with Birmingham in the FA Cup, the local derby in the FA Cup. But remember, that stream won't be until I'm back off my holiday now. So you've got about 10 days to enjoy not having to give me your afternoons. I am still going to be streaming here and there for the next few days. I'm on the Lowdown tomorrow evening on the Streamer Showdown channel. Thursday evening is going to be the network game. And then Friday night, I've got the box break over on YouTube. And then we are done then. And I'll be back not next week, the week after, with normal streams resuming. You've obviously got daily YouTube videos coming out to keep you occupied as well in the meantime. But for now, toodle pip, everybody. Bye-bye.